Certification delivered to a passenger airline, grounded test flights, persistent delays, issues with the GE9X engines. What is going on with the Boeing 777X?
Welcome back. In another setback for Boeing, the company just grounded its fleet of the 777X test plane. So over the weekend, they discovered a failed component connected to the jet's engine during inspections. Maintenance mechanics found similar issues in 3 of its 4 test planes. Boeing launched the 777X in 2013, but the FAA has repeatedly delayed certifying it.
This morning, Boeing is pausing tests of its new 777X after finding damage to the plane.
A litany of technical issues that they do not believe that Boeing has satisfied or given the FAA enough confidence in order for them to take the next step in the certification process.
We've got some breaking news here. Watching shares of Boeing. The Seattle Times just out with a report that says a Boeing 777X fuselage split dramatically. You're looking at a picture right there during a September stress test.
Let's talk about it. What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy, that Airbus guy, welcoming you to this brand new video, and today we're talking about the largest commercial passenger aircraft in the world, the Boeing 777X. Will Boeing have a safe landing 2025, or I should add 2026? Shout out to you, Emirates. Shout out to you, Lufthansa. Or this gets much worse from here and something else, some other flaw in the largest twin-engine passenger jet pops up in the middle of this and it's grounded and the program is on pause for years to come again, and it's delays. I hope not. You see, Boeing, for its long and thin routes, which are long-haul flights with relatively few passengers, back in the day had the Boeing 747SP. The Boeing 747SP is relatively smaller than the Boeing 747s you guys see today. Well, I hope you've seen one. The Boeing 747SP, despite being relatively a little bit shorter than the ordinary Boeing 747s, is still a Boeing 747s, 4 engines of course. And economics-wise, that wasn't going to be a wise decision for Boeing to sustain and keep it for long. The Boeing 747SP was also built back in the time to compete with McDonnell Douglas's DC-10. Just give me one moment. You see McDonnell Douglas right here? That's a real McDonnell Douglas. Yeah. So, yeah, the Boeing 747SP was built back in the time to compete with McDonnell Douglas's DC-10 and also compete with Lockheed's L-1011 TriStar. And on the other hand, Boeing was receiving flawless feedbacks from its customers all over the world for its twin-engine large-body icon, the Boeing 767. And that was also the time where the Boeing 767 was close to its retirement, or at least the production was ending. And there was no doubt that a twin-engine large-body program would benefit Boeing more economics-wise than a 4-engine large-body program. And that led to the creation of the Boeing 777. One of the most advanced, one of the most iconic large-body passenger aircrafts to ever step foot in aviation, and the most advanced, the most successful twin-engine large-body passenger aircraft in the world. The Boeing 777. That is until the Airbus A350 walks in. Why? So where does the Boeing 777X come in between all of this? The Boeing 777X was created or thought of to replace the existing Boeing 747-400s and also respond to the Airbus A350 program. You see, back in the day, the Airbus A350 program was being proposed at the time, being an overpowered Airbus A330 in layman's terms, and also as a response to Boeing 787 Dreamliner. The Airbus A350 had its 3 variants, the Airbus A350-800, the Airbus A350-900, and the Airbus A350-1000. The Airbus A350's upgrade to the -1000 series, well, the 777X was built just for that. The Airbus A350 had its maiden flight in 2013, with the -900 variant having entered service in 2015 with Qatar Airways, and the -1000 series having entered service with Qatar Airways again in 2018. The modifications, the advancements within this beast, the Airbus A350-1000, would invite many airlines in this world to Airbus as its customers, and that had to catch Boeing's attention. The Airbus A350-1000 has mentally replaced, dominated, and victimized the Boeing 777-300ERs, which are the most advanced 777s in the family that are being operated in the market right now. And the Airbus A350-1000 has managed to do all of that pretty easily. How? With its more advanced composite materials, a newer engine technology, better fuel efficiency, better aerodynamics efficiency, slightly longer range, a higher passenger capacity, a much more advanced design, and a modern system of avionics. It's technology. And it's fair to say that the Airbus A350-1000 also has some unfair advantages to it, well, just because of the type of machinery that aircraft is. Offering lighter weight, quieter engines with its size, well, that's a beast right there. A gorgeous beast. Yes. Qatar Airways, Cathay Pacific, and Singapore Airlines are the biggest operators of the Airbus A350-1000s in the world today. And well, you guys know that the production has ended for the Airbus A380s. The Airbus A350-1000 now leads Aviation as the most advanced large-body passenger aircraft in the world. It has the size, the engines, better fuel efficiency, better aerodynamics, the avionics, everything. In June of 2011, the Airbus A350-900 variant was planned to enter service during the first half of 2014, with the -800 variant to enter service somewhere around mid-2016. And the -1000 series to enter service during 2017. And Boeing was preparing its 777X to enter service during 2020. Boeing needed an answer. The Boeing 777X was the answer. And Boeing launched this aircraft, its industrial launch, in 2013. Composite wings, the largest wingspan of any commercial passenger jet in the world. Those folding wingtips. Its folding wingtips are the peak of aviation for me. I don't care. And you guys must have already heard about its folding wingtips from other people, how the 777X, despite its size, is still going to be able to use the same ECOW category E-gates and the same taxiways as the existing Boeing 777s do in the world today, so I'm not in the mood to cover all of that in this video as of now. Largest engines. Those General Electric GE9X turbofan engines, the largest engines of a commercial passenger jet ever. The cowling of that General Electric GE9X engine has a larger diameter than the fuselage of the 737 MAX itself. Aerodynamic efficiency, cabin comfort, developed against its predecessor, the 777, and also the 787, the most advanced aircraft of the manufacturer in the world right now. The Boeing 777X series comes with three variants: the Boeing 777-9, the Boeing 777-8, and the Boeing 777-8 Freighter. The 777-9, the larger variant of the 777X series, which was set straight to replace the Boeing 747s and was set as a priority variant, was planned to enter service first. The 777-8, the smaller variant, was built with that mindset of competing against the Airbus A350-1000 and was planned to enter service a little bit later. The larger variant, the 777-9, carries up to 426 two-class passengers with a range of 7,285 nautical miles. The smaller variant, the 777-8, carries up to 395 two-class passengers with a range of 8,745 nautical miles. The 777-8 was built with its size to fit in between the 777-200LR and the 777-300ER. The 777-8 is larger than the 777-200LR and is a little bit smaller than the 777-300ER. So the 777X had its launch, its official launch program during 2013. More power, more thrust, more efficiency, and more size. According to Boeing's website, the 777X is about 20% more efficient than the 777-300ER and about 5% more efficient with fuel and operating costs when compared to the Airbus A350-1000. Having an enormous wingspan of about 71.8 meters, which is around 235 feet 5 inches. When folded, it is around 64.8 meters, which is around 218 feet 8 inches. And those General Electric GE9X engines, the most powerful commercial aircraft engines ever built. According to Boeing's website, the 777X has 5% better aerodynamics when compared to the Airbus A350-1000 and larger windows.
We've made the windows larger on the 777X, and we've also situated them higher on the fuselage to create an optimal view to the outside for all passengers. Now, you might notice that we also have two different ways to eliminate light in the cabin. We have the manual window shade for those that don't really like the electronically dimmable window, but we also offer the latest electronically dimming technology for those that want to limit light in the cabin but still want to preserve that view to the outside.
But when is the Boeing 777X coming? The aircraft did not enter passenger service, but delays and delays and delays and delays. And are we going to remain as committed as Emirates for the enormous twin-engine behemoth? Its predecessor, the Boeing 777, was launched during 1990 and it entered service in just 5 years. So what is happening with the Boeing 777X? Let's talk about it. The American manufacturer has stayed doomed for a long time. Well, production-wise too, sadly. And there were challenges, flaws that have affected Boeing down to its core as a company in these last few years, and the 777X project stood right at the receiving end of it, sadly. And it's been setbacks after setbacks after setbacks after setbacks for the twin-engine behemoth. The General Electric GE9X engine was a complex engine that faced problems with its compressor and durability problems and fuselage problems which were detected way earlier in the 777X program. And the certification was delayed and the first test flight was pushed to early 2020. The behemoth had its maiden flight on January 5th, 2020.
At least some of those are tuning back in this morning because I think it's going to be a really great day to fly this airplane. But what a great turnout. As you can see on the video, those wingtips folding down yesterday, that was a really exciting moment for the teams. And then the aircraft sat and waited for winds. Unfortunately, had to taxi back in.
We're proud to support 777X. Wishing 777X a great flight from Auburn, Washington. Congratulations on your first flight.
Congratulations, 777X program, on your first flight from RMD.
Congratulations, 777X.
Again, you rock that 777X program.
You rock 777X.
777X, elite composite.
From your 777X team down here in Long Beach.
Congratulations, 777X.
You know, it looks like the skies are gray today, but today is a lot better conditions than yesterday.
I'm proud of all the employees.
And here we go. Takeoff of the Boeing 777X.
Woo!
That was so incredibly cool to watch.
Through the clouds and filtered sunshine, the beauty of that airplane shines through.
Absolutely. The building anticipation since yesterday. What a proud moment for all these teams around the world like we just saw, and all the people that came out to be a part of this today.
It feels like it's been raining here for 3 weeks, and the sun has finally come out.
But there's been certification delays. The FAA has been more strict over the American manufacturer and increased scrutiny following the 2 fatal crashes of the Boeing 737 MAX during 2018 and 2019. During a stress test, which is a pressure test for the aircraft, which was conducted in the presence of inspectors from the FAA, a door reportedly blew off of the 777X, led to concerns over the aircraft's rigorous build for safety, design, and construction, and this brought further certification delays from the FAA. Those machinist strikes within Boeing, the Alaska Airlines 737 MAX door blowout, and the tragedies involving Lion Air and Ethiopian Airlines, which I just mentioned, that took place during 2018 and 2019, put a heavy scrutiny from the FAA on the American manufacturer, and all of this played a big role in the delay of the entire 777X project. An uncommanded pitch event which caused the aircraft's nose to pitch up without pilot input was a significant problem with the 777X aircraft as well much earlier in the program. Test flights were grounded several times because of thrust links which were found to be broken by Boeing's ground crew, which are connected to the aircraft's engines. Boeing found that there were cracks in more engine thrust links, and these test flights were paused, grounded, and Boeing's engineers would examine the entire 777-9 test fleet. Now, what is a thrust link, you might ask? Well, I'm here to explain. So, a thrust link is a structural component of the engine that carries the entire thrust load from the engine through a wing pylon to the rest of the aircraft. I hope you're not confused, are you? If you are, you may let me know down in the comments and I will explain to you again. After having last grounded these test flights during August 2024, Boeing has resumed the test flights for the 777X from January 2025, which is good news, happy news. But the certifications stay on pause, delayed for the project, well until 2026. And who knows how long it is going to take for the 777X to clear its certifications, for the FAA to approve them, and earn the FAA's confidence, trust in the aircraft, and that it is finally mature enough to enter service. And well, according to Boeing, the 777-9 shall enter service during 2026 and the 777-8 freighter shall enter service during 2028. And well, Boeing expects the 777X to enter service for Lufthansa with its first orders during 2026, with Qatar Airways really motivated to receive its orders for the 777X, and especially Emirates that continues to stay committed to receive its orders for the 777X and operate them with their already existing wide fleet of 777-300ERs and replace the Airbus A350s. Well, it's Emirates. You know Emirates, right? However, if you want to have my comments on this whole 777X project, I feel that the 777X will not enter service anywhere before 2027. The Boeing 777 was Boeing's finest hour. The Boeing 777X will be Boeing's golden hour. Dare I say Boeing 777X will be aviation's golden hour. But how long we're supposed to wait, we don't know. A lengthened, re-engined, re-winged 777, a replacement for the existing 747s, and an answer to the Airbus A350-1000. Shout out to Mentor Pilot. And well, if you've stuck to the end of this video, I want to thank you for doing that. When do you think the Boeing 777X will enter service? Let me know your thoughts on the 777X project down in the comments below. And what's the next story you would want me to cover on the channel? Drop your suggestions in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.